I want to talk about Gachagwa and the military chop. I want to talk as somebody who used to be close to the system. But when you leave the system, even for 5 years, you only use your technical know-how to assume what was happening. So I want to make an informed decision. And I also want to say that Gachagwa, I call him Mufiala. I call him Fiala in inverted commas because we are not bloodly related. But my Mufialas come from Gachagwa's place, at a place called Kayava. And that is even where my mother is is resting in peace, So, I want to talk about Mufiala and the military chopper. One thing, in courts and in law, in the school of law, you see, you find that accountants, they say, when an accountant says this is figure 7, another accountant will come and say figure 7. But lawyers depends on which side is arguing. They all cram, just like religious people, they cram the Bible from A to Z. The lawyers have crammed the law books from A to Z. But you'll find, depending on which side has hired the lawyer will start reasoning that this is midnight. But if the other side had hired him, he would have argued using all the laws and whatever that this is midday. So we say that in a court of law, you take the Bible, lift it up, or a holy book, and lift it up and say, the evidence that I shall give before this court, touching on the matters before this court, shall be the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. As you place down the Bible or the holy book, that is the last time you have spoken the truth. Whatever follows, or the truth. So that is how politics is. Depending on which side one is, if you are pro-president, you'll say this is midday. And if you are pro-deputy president, you'll say this is midnight. Depending on which side you are. I will talk as an independent person. One, I remember one time, I think my mother was the best stepmother in the world. But I know of 1 or 2 occasions whenever I used to have a difference there were 1 or 2 occasions when I had differences with my stepbrother, Peter, that I would say something and implicate my mother. And when people ask, my mother would use a certain section to say that, I think it is not more than 4 times, but sincerely speaking, I had placed my mother in an awkward situation, and she used a situation where it happened not more than 4 times, but it happened. So that is what happens. Most likely, the privileges that is given to number 2 is being reduced. But then, they have been reduced at a very strategic time. They have been reduced at a strategic time because of the Ogola accident. You see, we have even been given 16 new helicopters from the president's visit to the USA, isn't it? But they are not new, they are not from fresh, they are refurbished. They are refurbished helicopters. So you find that there was a hue and cry about politicians using military choppers for political. So me and you, being close to the system, we may be using the choppers, but because the deputy wants to be denied the choppers, it will now be said, okay, no more usage of helicopters, military helicopters, unless it is the military people or the 2 security cabinet secretaries. But even those 2 security cabinet secretaries will be using them on security-related matters. Now, what will stop me as the Minister for Internal Security or the Minister for Defense going to Turkana to see how the KDF is building schools and hospitals in that place, and then I release a political statement there? But then I also turned to Mufiala, my cousin. You have a chopper. Must you travel in a military chopper? There is the police chopper, which was specifically bought, a brand new police chopper, which was bought. It has all the facilities. It can fly at night. If it is flying at night, then the number plate for that was 5Y DIG. DIG means Deputy Inspector General. This chopper was specifically made for police operations at night, whereby if the choppers mostly are supposed to be used during daytime, so that the pilot just uses his or her eyes to lay down the ground. But if a chopper is moving at a place where there is no electricity or where there is a blackout, the let me call it the way we call it, the 5 Yankee Delta India Golf, the pilot could turn on the night vision things and he operates from the systems. So why must my cousin use a military old chopper when he had, when he was alikuwa jogo, alikuwa na grab, he grabbed it from us, and you see the Inspector General and his deputy could not complain. Why can't he use that one? Because he too handed it in his, you see. Anyway, let us not talk about that. So lastly, although it is not related to this, but I'll talk about this, and although it is also related to this, it is not related to this, but it is related to this, and I don't know how to put it. The DIG was very good in finishing off 2 people. And I've already said in another video, and you see this is my cousin and age mate. Both are my age mate. I'm a senior one to them in age-wise because I'm Uhuru's age mate and Obama's age mate. They are middle class, Juma age group, and me and Uhuru and Obama, we are the founders of Juma age group, if I can call it that. He was very good in silencing Uhuru. He was very good in silencing Raila. Now that Raila is in Addis Ababa, let me tell you, people say I hate Raila. Let me tell you, I'm the first one who endorsed Raila. And I can tell you, the only thing that can stop Raila is act of God. People are saying Arab Islamic Council met. You see, Somalis are too. Djibouti is a Somali country. Actually, Djibouti used to be called French Somaliland. So having 2 Somalis and whatever, this thing is for Railas to lose. Now, my cousin was talented in attacking Raila. He was talented in attacking Uhuru. And you see, Uhuru takes 3 months to comment. And when Uhuru comments, he's already in a hole and he digs another hole. So you find that, and I've also said previously that anybody who is going to be the 6th president, if you are born in the 60s, forget. Mudavadi was born in the 1960. Wetangula was born in 1950. If you are born in the 60s and you think that you will be the president after Ruto, you are dreaming. So, my cousin, kazi yake imeisha. Finishing off Raila and finishing off Uhuru. Only that he will be on the ballot paper because if Ruto changes him, unless my cousin himself offers not to contest in 2027, if Ruto makes a mistake of having another candidate, that is also wrong on Ruto's side. So my cousin's mandate has ended. And then he himself has dug himself into a hole. You see, he's a national leader. He's not supposed to be seen to be talking about his area. And he has gone to his area, going around saying that illegal alcohol is spoiling the youth there. Nyaseda told us not to be walking with, not to be walking around with at night with clubs, because utakuta mkora atachukua hiyo club na kugonge nayo. He has been going around with a club saying that illegal alcohol has been spoiling kids from the mountain. Now people will turn to him and say that Muguka has been spoiling youth from the coast. So the same force that you are using in propagating for second generation alcohol in the mountain area, can you use the same force to go around in the coast going against Muguka? And if my cousin Mufiala, if Mufiala goes to coast and starts saying Muguka is spoiling, and he wants to be the king of the mountain, Franco sang a song called Makambo Ezali Minene. Makambo Ezali Minene, in Kiluya they say Amangana Kabe Manene. Maneno ni makubwa. You see, my Mufiala, if he goes left, he gets banned. If he goes right, he gets banned. Makambo Ezali Minene.